publishing research data using the Fairdata Qvain tool. John works as a researcher and has now completed his latest research project. John wants to publish his research data so that others can benefit from it and potentially reuse it. Already in the early stages of his research project, John has planned publishing his research data and together with his home organization's data support personnel, concluded that Fairdata Services is a suitable place for storing and publishing his data. John has already stored his data in the Fairdata Etsin service and knows that the publication of the data will be done by using the Fairdata Qvain tool. Qvain is part of the Fairdata service family, intended for storing, describing, and publishing research data. Published data can be found and utilized by other users in accordance with the set usage rights. With Qvain, research data is described and published. As part of the description, data can be published so that it can be downloaded for reuse, either freely or with restrictions, or the data can be linked from an external service. The descriptive information can also be published without any data. Upon publication, the research data receives a persistent identifier and a landing page. In addition to Fairdata Etsin, the published research data can also be found in the research.fi portal and can be accessed through an API interface by other services. The use is free of charge for Finnish higher education institutions and state research institutes. In order to use Qvain, you need a CSC user account, which can be created through self-service in My CSC portal. With the same account, you can access CSC's other services as well. When creating the account, you can link it to your Haka or Virtu credentials, allowing you to use them when logging into the service. Once you have an active CSC user account, you can log into the Qvain service at qvain.fairdata.fi. Qvain user guides can be found at fairdata.fi. John decides to use Qvain to describe and publish his research data and goes to qvain.fairdata.fi. Start describing the dataset by opening the description form. First, select the data source, either EDA or remote resources. Files from a remote source are added as links to the external service, whereas files stored in EDA are selected directly from the file list of the project by clicking the desired files or entire folders. After making the selection, you will see the selected files listed on the description form. Next, fill in the other fields in the description form. The mandatory fields are located first on the form. In the actor section, the publisher and creator are mandatory fields. An actor can be either a person or an organization. It is not mandatory to fill in all the fields in a form, but the more comprehensive the description of your data is, the easier it is to find, and other users will gain valuable information about your data as well. After filling in all the necessary fields, publish the dataset. Once this is done, the published dataset is available in Fairdata Etsin, and it has its own persistent identifier and landing page. John's research data has now been published, and it is findable in the Fairdata Etsin service. Etsin allows users to search for datasets, and within the access rights, set during the publication stage also download openly published data. After the publication via Qvain, the research dataset now has its own unique persistent identifier, DOI, which enables citation. John remembers that his colleague Sarah also wants to publish her research data. Unlike John, Sarah's research data is stored outside the Fairdata Services, but like John, she wants to share her data for others to use. John reminds Sarah that publishing research data using Qvain is possible, even if the data is not stored in EDA. In this case, the location will be linked to the description in a URL format. John also knows that it is possible to publish just the metadata without the actual data. You can find more information about Qvain and other Fairdata services at fairdata.fi. To contact us about the Fairdata services, please send an email to servicedesk@csc.fi.